Wii Remote was seemingly made for gameplay like this. In Star Wars The Force Unleashed, you grab your trusty controller and wave it around, causing your on-screen counterpart to swing his lightsaber. If you're a Star Wars fan and a Wii owner, you've undoubtedly anticipated this opportunity, though in this instance it's a better idea than it is a real mechanic. Any type of flailing will do, so the direction of your swings won't really matter and saber combat boils down to repetitive arm waving. Force Unleashed is the most waggle-heavy action game available on the system, a feature that seems fun in the first hour or so, only to quickly lose its appeal. Fortunately, all that random slashing about is somewhat mitigated by occasionally enjoyable action sequences that make you truly feel like a powerful Dark Jedi. You play as Starkiller, Darth Vader's secret apprentice. The Clone Wars have ended and Vader orders you to hunt and destroy the last of the remaining Jedi. The story contains multiple twists, features some friendly and not so friendly faces, and is both explosive and intimate. You'll interact with Vader, of course, but Starkiller spends most of his time with an android called Proxy and his female pilot Juno Eclipse. We don't want to spoil too much, but it's worth pointing out that it's better acted and better written than the entire second trilogy. Unfortunately, the game's limited visual capabilities soften the story's dramatic impact more than you'd want. The in-engine cutscenes are undercut by stiff animations and abrupt transitions in and out of gameplay, as well as some odd-looking character models and occasional glitches. Poor audio compression is also a problem, and it makes the dialogue sound as if you're listening to it on an old record player rather than on a machine as capable as the Wii. Not that Force Unleashed looks and sounds bad, though it does often come across as awkward and unfinished. Some environments are fairly detailed though, and the saber action and powerful looking Force abilities produce flurries of particles and other special effects with nary a hint of slowdown. The real star is the robust physics engine powering your most impressive moves. Using Force Grip, you can grab and fling any number of objects, including your enemies, and with Force Push, you can shove items and foes out of your path. These skills and their variants deliver the game's best moments, so whether you're flinging Felucians into each other or killing rebels with a burst of energy, there are a number of thrilling moments. Unfortunately, the controls can be stiff and unresponsive, making it a struggle to execute the desired moves. While the environments aren't totally cluttered with useful objects, this actually works to the game's advantage, since the targeting issues prevalent in the other console versions aren't nearly as problematic here. There are still some moments where you'll grab a different object than what you intended, but given that there are fewer objects to grab, these moments will only provide the occasional frustration. The bigger pain is the camera, which the game tries to get under control, but often leaves you stretching for the D-pad to maneuver it into a better position. You'll need to fiddle around a lot with the camera, which is made doubly annoying by the fact that the remote's D-pad isn't exactly in the best position to do it, particularly when you're in the midst of battle. And actually, you'll almost always be in the thick of the action. You won't find the Force Unleashed very challenging though. There are plenty of health drops scattered about, and should you die, you'll restart at the most recent checkpoint with all the damage you've already done to your enemies still intact. A little variety comes by way of some quick-time waggle events which result in some terrific-looking acrobatic moves. From a gameplay perspective, these sequences aren't much fun though. You usually need to tilt the remote or the nunchuck to match the on-screen diagram and then thrust it forward. It requires surprising precision, and not only does it take your eyes and your mind off of the action, but it's more annoying than anything else. Once you're done with the 5 or 6 hour campaign, you might get some brief enjoyment from dueling mode, which lets you and a local buddy choose from a number of Star Wars characters and fight to the death. So, if you're hankering to wave around your remote and slash up Jawas, this is your chance, though The Force Unleashed isn't as entertaining as you may have expected. Still, if you've got an afternoon to kill, you could do much worse, particularly if you're a Star Wars devotee looking to fill in the gaps between episodes 3 and 4. It's too bad that so many annoyances and all that random arm waving get in the way, since they detract from a game that had the potential to be a lot more.